Hello everyone, Elite Clockwoman here. We have already received 3 leaked frames for the new episode, and now we can put together a more detailed puzzle about what will happen in episode 27. And I also have an exclusive 15-second video for the new episode, and I literally predicted what you will see in this video. But still, it gives us a lot of information, and now we can build theories. And also, domstudio said that episode 27 will be crazy, and we will not expect what will happen there. But in this video, we will analyze all the leaked frames and try to figure out what will happen in episode 27. But before we get into all this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button so as not to miss my analysis of the new episode. And here we go. But as always, first we will watch the bloopers video and then move on to the leaks. Bloopers starts with an attack by a SKIBIDI Cyclops, but now Plungerman throws balls into his glitch toilet, and we see that he is good at it. Maybe he should create a basketball team from other agents, but because of the last throw, Plungerman fell to the ground, but the assassin was able to catch him, and then we see the director with an apple on his head. And it's obvious what's going to happen, and the drill man shoots his nails at the apple, but he missed a little, and the nails ended up in the director's head. But the director got very angry and took out a machine gun and started shooting. But that's where the video ends, and now let's move on to the leaks. And on the first leak, we see a clock boss and Morse code, and if we translate it, we get the word block. But it's very difficult to say what this means since there can be a lot of options. But we see in this frame that Clock Boss is now talking to Alarm Clockman, and perhaps he tells him that he would block something. Or perhaps he meant that they blocked their access to their computers, because there is a lot of secret information there. But from this leaked frame, we know that the episode will begin with Clock Base, and we know that now the Titan Drillman is heading to this base to destroy it. But I think that we will put together the puzzle when we look at the other leaked frames. So now let's move on to the second leaked frame. And already on the second leak, we see Alpha and also Morse code. And if we translate this, it says, the clock. And we also see that now Alpha is showing one of her abilities, because above her hand, we see a black spiky ball. And it is also the same color as the abilities of the TV man. And it seems strange to me that the Alpha has the same color of abilities as the TV race. Of course, it is possible that this is just a coincidence, and we know that the TV men are on the side of the Alliance, and they always help us. But in any case, what in the SKIBIDI toilet? What in the SKIBIDI multiverse? Everyone suspects the TV race, because no one knows what their goal is. But in any case, we will find out everything in future episodes. But what did Alpha mean by the words, the clock? First of all, her face does not look happy, although in episode 24, we saw a smile on her face. But now she is clearly not happy with something. And it seems to me that this time she screwed up. And in episode 27, we will see how Drill Titan destroys the clock base. But the clockmen themselves will not be there, and her phrase will sound like this. The clock race is very smart, and they always have a plan B. And this time, they were able to escape. But this is just the beginning, and soon the clock race will be destroyed. And when the clockmen will escape from their base, we will see exactly this scene with the Alpha, and how she will use her ability. It is not yet clear what this ability is, because we know too little about it, but I am sure that it will surprise us. But let's move on to the third leak. And already on the third leak, we see Clockwoman, and how someone put his hand on her shoulder. And we also see the inscription, "They should leave," which means that the clockmen should leave their base, since they already know that Drill Titan will soon come to destroy this base. But it seems to me that now Clock Boss has given some kind of task to Clockwoman, and we will see her special mission. But have you wondered how Clock Boss knows that Drill Titan is coming? And TV Man left the battlefield before how Drill Titan headed to the Clockman base, and he couldn't know about it. But in episode 26, we saw that the assassin watched as Drill Titan headed somewhere, and he could tell the Clockman about it. But the assassin also could not know where the Drill Titan was heading. But in fact, I know where the Clock Boss got this information from. And whoever watched my analysis of the secret scene remembers that I said that Clock Boss has a unique ability, and he can look into the future for some time, and especially for you. I have a fourth exclusive leaked frame, and already on this leaked frame, we see how Clock Boss uses his ability, which means that he looked into the future and found out that their base would be destroyed by Drill Titan. And it was then that he began to give orders so that everyone would leave and fly away from this base. Of course, it's difficult to say that this is exactly the ability that he can look into the future, but in this video, I proved it, so be sure that you will watch this video when you're done here. And based on all the leaked frames, we can say that the clock base will be destroyed, and the exclusive video that you will see soon also prove this. But to be honest, it was obvious to me that their base would be destroyed. and probably Alpha thinks that with this, she will deal a serious blow to the clock race. But in fact, the clockmen are very smart, and at the moment their base is not important for them, because in the secret scene, we saw how TV man Titan took the most important part from this base, and it is in this large clock that the last part of the mechanism for repairing Clock Titan is located. And believe me, this return will be legendary, and I think that already in the 30th episode, Clock Titan will return, because recently, domstudio answered questions from viewers, and he gave us a direct spoiler that some kind of clock will appear until episode 30, and starting from episode 26, there will be 4 crazy episodes of all time, but he didn't specifically say that Clockman Titan will return. But I'm 100% sure that he will return, because 4 months have already passed since we saw Clock Titan. And also when domstudio answered various questions, we got quite a few spoilers for future episodes, so be sure to watch this video when you're done here, since there are a lot interesting information. But let's finally look at the exclusive video that I received, and then you will understand what I'm talking about. At the beginning of the video, we see the inscription, "Abandon Base Emergency Message," and we see how all the agents are getting ready to leave this base. And also in this moment, we see large clockmen who saved the Alliance in episode 20. And we saw how in episode 21 he was taken by TV Man, and I thought that TV Man teleported him to his base. But it turned out that TV Man teleported him to the clock base. But in any case, I'm glad that everything is fine with him. And all the agents are trying to quickly remove from this base. And we see how the old clockman is trying to take some books with him, or notes about his research. And now there will be a very important moment as the cameraman takes some paper, and there is something written there, although it is very difficult to make out. But it seems to me that all the agent bases are listed there, since at the very top it says clock base, then it is very unclear what is written there, but it seems like headquarter. Then it says drill base, and at the end it says clock base again. And an important detail is that the clock base is written 2 times, and this means that this is not their main base, and they have 2 bases. And now they are heading to their second base. And then we see how all the clockmen board their ship to fly away. But the strangest moment is that Clockboss doesn't go with them, he stays at this base. And then it seems to me that I understood what will happen in this episode. Clockboss will stay at this base in order to stop the Drill Titan, and with the help of his ability, will be able to convince the Drill Titan to come over to their side again. And at this moment, the Drillman Assassin will free the Drill Woman, and then the Clock Boss will show on the tablet that the Drill Woman is now with them, and perhaps this will stop the Drill Titan, because if the Clock Boss would fly away together with other agents, there would be no point in this, since it would be better to convince Drill Titan to return to the side of the agents. And it is in this leaked frame that we see that Clock Woman also wants to stay with Clock Boss. But he puts his hand on her shoulder and says that she would also leave there, and that everything would be fine. Or it is possible that Clock Boss would sacrifice himself to return Drill Titan to his side. And at that moment, he says that this time has come and will sacrifice himself. And this scene reminds me of part 6 of Harry Potter Half-Blood Prince, where Dumbledore also sacrificed himself to save others. And that's what had to be done. But don't forget that these are just my theories, and also watch the video for yourself. But in any case, episode 27 will be crazy, and there will be a lot of events. And it is also possible that we will see a new race, because domstudio confirmed that the new race of pencilmen will appear in one of the next 4 episodes. And personally, I think that we will see them already in episode 27, and the new episode will be released this weekend, probably on Sunday. But also be sure to watch this video, because domstudio told us a lot of spoilers about the next episodes. And be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss my analysis of episode 27, Elite Clockwoman out.